just take who you are and you just add a little tweak to it. You just add a little component, and then you can keep being who you are. And instead of being punished for being who you are, you can be rewarded for who you are. You see what I mean? I'm not a big advocate for changing who you are. I think that that's very hard to do. I don't give a shit about code switching and trying to, like play the game and be somebody different and all that. I don't want to do that. I like being Boyce. I like Boyce. I want to be Boyce. So in my own career, I instead of me saying, okay, how do I change who Boyce is and turn the ship around? I said, no, that I think Boyce is a good guy. I think Boyce has something good to add to the world. Instead, I said, let me go find a way that I can still be Boyce and be appreciated for the fact that because I'm Boyce, instead of being tolerated, despite the fact that I'm Boyce, right? That's a terrible, terrible feeling, right? So the same thing is true. Be yourself. Just figure out where your liability is and see if there's a way you can kind of do a little pivot or a little add-on that'll allow you to be rewarded for being yourself, right? Okay, so let me keep going. There's also something called the dopamine of progress. And it says this that basically when you watch your small balance grow, it taps into your reward system. You get a little boost. You're like, oh, an extra $12, right? And that little dopamine boost, it does become addictive. Dopamine is, in my view, just one of the culprit. It can be your greatest hero or your greatest culprit in this game called life. My father, unfortunately, I think someone introduced him to horrible drugs like heroin, and the dopamine spike from heroin led him to go in a certain direction in life. But there are also people who get dopamine from saving and investing money. They get dopamine from helping people. They get dopamine from raising their children. They get dopamine from loving their wife. They get dopamine from reading a book, right? They get dopamine from exercising, right? So you can get these dopamine hits in a lot of different areas. So really, I want us to all become drug dealers. And so I want us to deal that dope and go hit the dope as much as possible, but hit the healthy dope, right?